Hey there, fellow weebs. This is the Goblin King here with another anime review. As I promised yesterday, I have something new and different to talk about today. Well, new and different to me, anyway. Today, I'm getting into a genre of anime that I don't normally get into. Usually, I like my entertainment to be fantastical in some way. I mean, it's supposed to be escapism, right? What's more escapist from the drudgery of the real world than a world where there are elves and magic and dragons, or catgirls and spaceships and lasers? That's right, nothing. Nothing is more escapist from this real-life hellscape than awesome things. What's the point of this rant, you ask? I'll tell you. It's that, for the most part, shows that take place in the real world aren't escapist enough for me, and I demand a higher caliber of mind-boggling shit in my entertainment. Damn it. Therefore, when I watch anime, I don't generally get into your normal, average, everyday slice-of-life genre stuff. Romance? School? Bah. Throw in a cute vampire girl, a dragon girl, or a big kitty cat girl, and you got yourself a viewer, my friend. Again, generally. Now, I've seen this anime making the rounds on Twitter quite a bit in the last year or so. Mostly window lickers being window lickers about it. Hero Hayes brought it up in quite a few of his videos, and it's always hilarious. So I was shopping around on my anime list and happened to come across it again and thought, what the hell, I'll give it a shot, just to see what makes the short bus so mad. That anime was Uzaki-chan Wants to Hang Out, and damn was it brilliant. I'm going to tell you right now, I fucking loved it. Damn near right from the start, this show had me dying. Wait, hold on. I have a system and I'm going to stick to it. First though, before I forget, this is a par for the course for this anime and one of the main reasons I love it. Not even a full minute into episode 11, Uzaki knocks on Shinichi's door and the knock is, I shit you not, that initial opening sound from The Terminator and Terminator 2. You know the sound. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Fucking awesome. So, now that I've gotten that out of my system, I kinda wanted to just say something before I forgot. Let's get into this. Uzaki-chan Wants to Hang Out is about a young college student, Uzaki Hana, who happens to run into an upperclassman from her high school days with whom she was in the swimming club. One Sakurai Shinichi. I'm doing standard Japanese naming conventions with the last name first. Keep up. So she's going to college for a year, and every time she sees Shinichi, he's alone and not doing anything at all. This upsets her, so she determines that she's going to take it upon herself to save Shinichi from himself and make him have fun and do things. That's the entirety of the anime. Again, I loved this anime. The thing had me hooked in from the very start and had me laughing my portly ass off throughout the entire thing. Before I knew it, I was most of the way through the series with like 2 episodes left before I finally went to bed. Now, I feel like I've said this before very recently. Oh, yeah. Right here. Now, I've said I like comedy anime. What do you want? I also like good characters. If those characters happen to be funny while being good characters, all the better. The anime itself is decently small, as far as the settings go. You generally have the campus, the coffee shop where Shinichi works, and his apartment. Every once in a while you have Hana's house or some other place like the beach. And if there's anything that's a staple of anime, it's the obligatory beach and hot springs episodes, right? There was an entire episode of Uzaki-chan that was dedicated to Totori. It's a place on the western side of Honshu, the main island in Japan, where the creator of Gegege no Kitaro is from. That one had the obligatory hot springs. Plus, it was kind of a cool episode all the way around. Kitaro is kind of like, I don't want to say Mickey Mouse, because I think that's more like Hello Kitty, but maybe sort of the Batman or Superman, I think, of Japan. The character has been around forever over there is the point. One of the first manga and anime, in fact. And has had a pretty big cultural impact on Japan since, like, the 60s. So that whole episode was pretty cool. It even featured a tiny little blink and you miss it cameo from Kitaro himself. Aside from that, I believe I said this about Rosario Vampire as well. This anime was fucking adorable. I'm sorry. I know I should probably give up my man card saying words like that, but I can't help it. It was. Most of the conflict and even the driving force behind the entirety of the anime is the interactions between Uzaki and Sakurai. I mean, of course it is. If it didn't have the main characters to hang the entire thing on, the anime would just be two young adults going to college and living their lives. That's not much of a story, and I can see that literally anywhere in the world. Now, the whole thing about Sakurai is that he supposedly has this look about him that makes people assume he's scary or a bully or something similar. Uzaki even once described it as his villain face, when in reality, he's a hard-working, studious, and very polite guy, who's really shy and introverted because of it, with people often misunderstanding the things he says or does because of the way he supposedly looks. In anime and manga, for those not in the know, this is conveyed by the way his eyes are drawn, by the way. His introverted nature is contrasted by Uzaki, who is very much more outgoing, kind of bubbly, and speaks her mind, for the most part. She also seems to be a little naive as well, maybe even a little more childlike in her overall demeanor. She is kind of absent-minded and not nearly as studious as Sakurai. She has a tendency to just do things on the spur of the moment without actually thinking them all the way through. Though she's not dumb by any stretch, she's very witty and sharp. She just doesn't always consider the potential ramifications of a particular action. That's not always a fault, damn it. I would argue that studious people can be too predictable to the point of boring. Yeah. There are also a handful of supporting characters like Sakurai's quote-unquote one friend, Sakaki Itsuhito, the two people that Sakurai works with, the owner of the coffee shop known only as Master, and the Master's daughter, Ami. Then there's Hana's mom, Tsuki. The former three have it in mind to get Hana and Shinichi together and will often tailor events around the two main characters in order to ensure that eventual outcome. Tsuki is a very sweet, kind-natured woman, but is also very confused and probably watches way too many soap operas. Part of the reason that I bring up the limited scope of the anime like this, from the set pieces through to the limited amount of supporting cast, is that it helps the anime feel very cozy. I'm not sure if that's the word I want exactly, but it's the one you're getting. The very tight nature of the story and all ensures that nothing is actually wasted. There are no superfluous characters that feel out of place or forced into the story just for some rando reason. There aren't any extravagant set pieces to take away the focus from the two main characters and their relationship. The trip to Tottori was the most extravagant it got, and even then the focus was on Hana and Shinichi. Even the supporting cast are there specifically for Hana and Shinichi. They are the focus, they are the drive. To me, the only one that felt even a tiny bit superfluous was the Master, and I only really got that feeling in the last episode. Otherwise, the show is very tight and very focused, and that definitely works to its advantage when it's telling this story. So, what did I not like about this anime? Honestly, I can't think of anything. Part of the reason for my diatribe on how focused the show is was to illustrate that. Nothing feels wasteful. Every interaction, every line of dialogue is important and helps to further the story and the main character's relationship. There was one bit at the end of the episode 11 that, had I been watching the show week to week, would have been driving me nuts. However, I'll let you watch the show and see what I mean. It wasn't wasteful so much as slightly duplicitous. Anyway, I think that's all I got for you. Have you seen this anime? If so, what'd you think? Let me know your thoughts on this show in the comments section down below. While you're down there, think about Uzaki-chan. I'll see you on Saturday with my pop culture breakdown. Lates.